The same legend, but still there is going to be a lot of character familiarity there because of course Lores has been tearing up the bracket and tearing up his own region with this exact same legend pick.
Well, like you were saying though, Lores does play the Kaya a little bit differently. You see him lean a little bit more on the spear. Yeah, Impala's on the spear right now, but you're seeing Lores do a lot of really good offstage stuff. Meanwhile, Impala, he really likes to utilize the bow, and in particular those bow signatures have been really helpful for Impala's gameplay. And there you're seeing already, he's going to get the first KO with the help of that bow end sig.
Got him with the quickness there. The weapon toss gave a little bit of hit stun, and out instantly came the GC Insig from the bow. So utilizing both weapons there at the same time. See how he ends this up. He already has like lapped U's in damage. How is he doing this so fast? The pacing of it. Flores does a similar thing. It blows my mind every time I see it.
The thing that's like insane from Impala's side is like his accuracy on light attacks is just so high. Like he is not missing attacks, and Yu's is managing to dodge through a couple, but even then Impala still manages to get hits and keep the pressure going consistently. Yu's throws out the down sig. The neutral light actually going to hit stack there, helping him out a little bit, but Impala, he's got such a huge lead.
He just got Impala into the red on his first stock. The D-Sig comes out, instant down air punish, and that's the stock. Now 2 in favor of Impala. Yu's is going to be coming back into this one. No weapon on the field just yet. He did get a side light away. See if Impala focuses on the weapon star. If he doesn't, just wanted to hit that dare side light into the side air. That's the KO. Yu's going to juggle his weapons. Weapon spawn comes in, tossing away the bow. It almost seemed like he was making a move for it, but no, he went back over to the Lance.
Yeah, Lance definitely seems to be a little bit of a comfort pick for Yuz. We saw him use it a lot, of course, at that Spring Royale, but also throughout this weekend, he's been using this Lance to great effect in his 1v1 matches. We'll see if he can get some momentum here onto Impala, but Impala, he's just playing this clean spear game, spacing out Yuz.
And that Lance experience also comes from back when he used to play Orion as well. That was the first legend that I really started taking notice on Yuz about a year ago.
Oh, but the
Nice.
slide charge down sig from Impala, and a convincing game number 1, 2 stocks, and not even that much damage on that second one.
Yep. Looking at those damage numbers here, see if I can get it to low. There it is. It's still giving me boomy stats.
I heard a 536.
Okay.
I could just be making up numbers.
No,
but
I think you're
as you say, telling tales out of school.
536. Impala only took 250, and most of that was on that first stock. If we're looking at light attack accuracy, he threw out 60, hit 47% of them. The best baseball players in the entire world are not hitting 47% of their at-bats.
Yeah, the accuracy from Impala is absolutely insane, and it's one of the reasons why he's able to maintain pressure on top of Yuz, right? Like, he's just throwing out these light attacks, but they're all consistently connecting and then keeping space away. But Yuz with the side air needs to finish off this stock of Impala. He goes low.
There's the D-Light. Impala going back over onto the wall, staying on the top side of it. He knows that Yuz doesn't have any like safe move that he can throw that goes over the corner. He does have the D-Sig. I saw him using that earlier in the weekend, but he wasn't really using it. Nice! Neutral signature riding along the wall, almost grinding the bottom side of that jet.
Yeah, that's such a good sig for covering the wall, but even with the way that you specifically used it right there, it goes up higher and ends up covering the high recovery that Impala was going for. Taking that stock, Yuz really needed that early momentum because Impala took game 1 so convincingly. Yuz now needs to bring it back.
Impala looking to set up the edge guard here. The neutral light sends Yuz over the edge. He's recovering high. The recovery.
Oh!
Nice grab with the signature launching off the top. Just got his little toesies, got the ice wrapped around him, and then ripped them off the top.
He's been really good with that this weekend. He was using it in his earlier set today where he was catching the dash backs from his opponent. All right, nice nair there. Gonna go for some juggles on the Yuz. Yuz fights his way back down with the help of that unarmed nair.
Over back onto the Lance. Now Yuz has some juggle game of his own. He has a nice lead here. Impala already in the red on his second stock. That down air could set up. He goes for the recovery read the opposite direction in case Impala really wanted to blow all of his movement options really quickly. That could have taken him off the top. Charging that one up again. Neutral light, not quite enough yet. That's the high defense of Kaya coming into play here.
Not able to finish the stock off just yet, but Impala still being denied weapons. Neutral air from Yuz, still not quite enough. Like you were saying, that surprisingly high defense of Kaya keeping her alive.
He's at the weapon disadvantage. The neutral light is going to take him out. That time he had enough damage on the stock, juggling the weapons back over to the Lance. Impala, you see him coming in, doesn't have iframes anymore after throwing out that neutral light, but he picks up a bow immediately. Already hit a two-piece onto Hughes, who's now hit a two-piece back, so they're trading damage, but Hughes still such a gigantic lead!
Didn't read right, though. Impala's going to get past. Still really good damage for Hughes.
Didn't hit him with the 0 to knock out the Caratada, if you will, as they call it in South America.
No Oko quite yet, but still Hughes real potential here to close out game number 2. Unless Impala brings out something big, he needs to finish this stock off.
I almost expected it there. Okay, that's the D-Sig usage I was talking about. Look how safe he can play all the way from the edge. I hadn't seen him use it like that yet.
Oh! Hughes bringing out the SIG game of his own. His off stage is so different from what I'm used to seeing from North Americans, right? We saw Boomy go for like ground pounds. We're used to seeing North Americans go for dares, or they'll do the weapon toss into unarmed edge guard. But instead, he likes to go low, go for those recoveries, go for those GC N-SIGs, and they're working. I don't think Impala was quite expecting that.
And we see significantly less accuracy this time coming out from Impala, throwing out 64 light attacks. Last time he hit 47%. This time he only hit 34%. So almost, what's the math on that? 4 times 13. No, it's like 3 times 13, whatever. It doesn't. No one actually cares. On the other side, Hughes though, he's looking good. Threw out 77 and picked up 45% accuracy. Very impressive coming out from Hughes. He also picked up 60% of his signatures as well.
Yeah, those SIGs were definitely hitting. Those Lance N-SIGs, both off stage, one riding up the wall, one actually launching away from the wall as well. And then, of course, that slide charge down SIG, that's that new down SIG. We haven't really seen use too much of it, but still great usage of it.
The side air could be setting up an early edge guard. He was sweating, but he was able to get through. Hughes was able to touch the wall, reset his jumps, back onto the main stage. N-SIG off. Impala dips down, touches the wall, and gets back on the main. Trying to control the stage as best he can. He's keeping Hughes up in the soft platform area of the Miami Dome. Now Hughes is able to get back towards the center stage.
Missed the Sair there. Hughes with the weapon toss. Not going to go for more there. Hoping to catch Impala dipping up above the wall, but Impala manages to survive that edge guard situation, but now Hughes over to the bow looking for that down SIG.
They haven't found connections just yet. Most of the time, Impala's been in the air when they've come out. He hasn't really taken too many punishments so far from it. Finally, he grabs it. Now he feels vindicated on that signature usage. You can look up in the top right. He's only in the latter stages of orange. He has the weapon advantage. Impala's going to be looking for the weapon spawn.
It's a nice 3-piece there. Impala really holding back on the signatures. I think an earlier Impala would have gone for a down SIG in that situation 9 times out of 10.
Jockeying for position, Impala back over on the wall. You see him kind of midway up that wall, worried that Hughes might throw a D-SIG or maybe just make a quick move over the edge, dash jump GP. Neutral signature comes out but doesn't make a connection. Impala dips away, gets back, wants to control that ground, and again, force Hughes onto those soft platforms of the dome.
Good Sair from Impala, but he really needs this stock off of Hughes. The recovery's not going to do it. The dome ceiling just a little too high. Another recovery. Impala does clean up the stock, but man, he took a lot more damage than I think he wanted.
Hughes has a similar lead, not quite as big to what he had last game when he took that victory, but still a solid lead. That neutral, even from down there, almost sent him off the screen. The D6 coming out yet again. Took a little bit of a punishment. Again, a single hit isn't the worst thing, especially if he throws out, 3 of them and picks up that 4th one for the stock. I would say that's worth.
Yeah, especially when he's not getting punished for them as well. Like, he can kind of throw those out, and Impala so far hasn't quite found an answer to it, so he's getting away with a lot of that. All he needs to do right now is find that finishing blow, and he does with the side air.
He was able to get in between those soft platforms. Normally, he's been going from like the right corner of the stage up to the right soft platform, up high to the left soft platform, and then over to the left corner. That time he went down right in the middle between them, got that landing side air. Nice downlight into the reverse neutral air. That's vintage South American Lance tech. I feel like I'm looking at Wesley for a second here.
Yeah, that's just straight up a page out of the Wesley playbook. He used that so often. Now Impala trying to go for the juggles, trying to catch Hughes' landing onto those soft platforms, but doesn't manage to keep that going. And now Hughes with that stage control. Impala uses the weapon toss to get himself back up safely, and he's going to get punished for that.
That was an easy punish for Hughes. Started attempting the edge guard. That time Impala's ready for it, gets the weapon toss.
He didn't touch.
He didn't touch. It was so close, but not quite. Impala, he's only about 100 damage behind, but the pacing has just been in Yu's favor. Impala's going to have to switch something up completely if he wants to turn this around. Yu hits the side air, kind of dragged across the ground.
Okay, the recovery from Impala gets him back on the stage, but man, one more Sair and Ensig from the right spot could completely take out Impala here in game number 3.
Impala's there it was. He was adding up the damage, but Yu's got behind him, threw out the side air. Was that about 603 damage? Yeah, 603 damage that came out. Yu's did a great job there. A little bit high in terms of damage, but then you take the context into effect of Lance not really having those true combo setups for a KO, and also, you know, not the strongest signature kit. Yeah, D-Sig's strong. Yeah, we have the new Lance D-Sig, but overall, you're also playing into a tanky legend. And are we seeing it in 1v1s? Yes, we are. The Western Air Temple.
Looks like Impala wants the double platforms, but maybe wants them to go a little bit lower because Miami Domes are consistently at that higher position. But we'll see how well that plays into things as we're here in game number 4. Impala, our world champion, our San Diego champion, could be going to the elimination bracket if he doesn't win this game here.
Yu's really controlling that main ground. Even when you find him over on the wall for a second, he comes back and he's just sairing Impala across the stage. Has about over 100 damage.
No punish.
Bit of a bold read there for the neutral signature, but exactly like you said, Impala couldn't find any punish because he was just so far away.
Yus manages to avoid the follow-up from Impala there. Nair, no follow-up recovery, and the ground pound connects. The weapon toss saving Impala from that down sig.
Has the weapon control here, back over to the Lance. Impala grabs the bow from the right soft platform. First stock of Impala really starting to wind down here. Nice spot dodge though, solid punish, nothing major.
Okay, the neutralite from Yu is gonna launch Impala. Another neutralite, and that will KO.
That first one was, you know, kind of from the right third of the stage, maybe around center stage, but that second one all the way on the left side, you know that's going to be a KO. Impala's able to grab that. Not really sure where that signature came from. Maybe he was expecting a fast fall or maybe a down air from Yus so he could get back to the main platform as fast as he could.
Oh man, but that recovery from Impala, he really wants to finish this stock off of Yus. You can see he's trying not to get over eager, start throwing out too many recoveries, but Yus is just finding hit after hit, and it's just widening the gap between the two. Down sig, doesn't throw it to the left, but still it's enough damage to KO.
And the thing before that happened that really wasn't working for Impala is Yus was pushing him further and further to the left side, but he kept throwing out the side airs to the right side. So if he hit that, that was so far to the left side of the stage, it wasn't going to be the KO. That pressure was forcing Impala back on the back foot, but he found the D-Sig, and that had enough juice on it to get the KO.
Okay, Impala bringing that damage deficit down, keeping this one relatively close, and he needs to start getting this lead, but Yus still going at him, hits him with the side air, trying to play the edge guard, but Impala's above, doesn't punish the Ensig.
There's the neutral air, yet again, pushing Impala over to the left side of the stage, retreats back just a little bit. There's the D-Sig, not quite enough just yet. Still has the bow in hand. Is he going to try to finish this up with a light attack? Or is it just going to be yet another D-Sig that he just kind of waits for? He's not going to fish for it, but he is going to wait for it.
He might set up for it with a side light. Hasn't found that opener just yet. No, just finds the movement of Impala as he comes down with that side air, catches him with the down sig, and uses one stock away from knocking our world champion into the elimination bracket.
And that D-Sig is exactly what I was talking about. He hit the one before that wasn't enough to KO. The very next one that came out, there was a gap of time in between the two, but he hit that next one. He made sure that was going to hit before he actually committed to it.
Missed the Sair. Yus finding damage, the weapon toss into the uppercut. Side light, Yus is just connecting with so many things onto Impala, and Impala is struggling to finish this stock off.
He has the bow, but we're really not seeing his signatures come out very much. No Ensig. Yus is kind of staying grounded on the stage. Not very many jump heights up. Goes big for the ground pound. Oh, wow, the spot dodge, but still, Yus is going to fall. Impala, 110, 115 damage on this final stock. Not an impossible lead to come back from.
But man, with the way that Yus has been playing, this is going to be tough as he throws out his Ensig, and Yus does it! 3-1 to knock Impala into the elimination side of the bracket. Yus has got to be feeling vindicated. People keep discounting this player, and now he's feeling good as he's in the grand finals.
We have a guaranteed top 2 South American 1v1 finish after a guaranteed top 2 2v2 finish. This region. We keep saying it. I know we keep saying it. I know people are tired of hearing it, but this region still impressive.